Guys, we've actually set up a new outdoor toilet here, and you can see by the brand of bike. Anyway, enough said. Remember to shake, guys. Remember to shake. Backtrack a few hours. Someone is keen to get some early practice in before the other Muppets arrive. This rock garden has been designed specifically to smash crankcases, but Andrew makes it through, and he knows he's been lucky. This is a more typical run. No smashed crankcase, but he does scratch the swing arm. Nice work, mate. Very cool on top of the mountain range here, despite the summer heat. And it's quiet too, until the usual suspects show up. Benji is working hard on his balance and has been riding along logs a lot lately. And his slow wheelies are improving, although once he stops dragging that left foot, it's hard to stop the bike falling to one side. Jason has been throwing himself into the wheelies too.
Oh, he's down.
I don't have Ben's finesse on the throttle. I can only wheelie uphill with jerky handfuls of throttle. But I am slowly learning to stick my leg out or throw the shoulders around to stop the bike falling to one side. And then it's time for the stump. Stumps are great for damaging your pipe, almost making you go over the handlebars, or just getting attention.
So how do you get it down?
Oh, we're going home now, aren't we? I just keeps the weight off the suspension.
Me, I ain't doing this shit. If things go wrong, it's a long way to fall, and my dodgy knees are a great excuse just to film everyone else making a mess of it. Ben is keen to scratch his brand new bike.
So if I understand, this was a brand new bike 10 seconds ago?
Yeah, I just wanted to show you the new Kickstarter. This is where it goes.
Yeah, there's no scratch on the Kickstarter yet.
Another crash, more regrets.
Well done.
If I could find a way, I'd take back all the words that hurt you.
Slowly but surely, this field is becoming a very cool playground. When it gets cooler, we'll probably spend a weekend making more obstacles, then link it all into an Enduro cross practice track. Just a slow one, as we don't want to annoy the neighbours. And riding two-stroke helps, of course. If we stay off the pipe, these things are so quiet over a distance. Even Cletus recommends the two-stroke.
Anything more than 2 strokes, you're just playing with yourself.
A good diet is part of good riding skills. You have heard of superfoods. Well, there are also shitty foods, which explains our shitty riding.
How to eat a wiener. From the Wiener Eating Muppets at Cross Training Enduro.
Will we be able to get enough wieners in this?
You and your wieners, Harry.
Australians love to eat wieners, look at the queue. This is a particularly fine 12-inch wiener. It always pays to lubricate your wiener with suitable condiments.
Oh, that'll do.
That'll do, pig.
And it pays to be thankful for the opportunity to wrap your hands around the 12-inch wiener.
Well, for what we're about to receive,
May Costco make us truly thankful.
Mate, I was just thinking, would you like to eat my wiener and in exchange I'll eat yours?
Mate, I just keep the analysis strictly nutritional. After a punishing ride, we need to replace lost nutrients.
Chest freezers, so like it's a 519 litre chest freezer, which is about.
and now it's into the forest. This track was deliberately designed
I'm Scott Meister.
to lure the unsuspecting rider into thinking it's not difficult. This corner just needs a little pivot turn, but I somehow managed to mess it up. The other guys, they nail it. We often talk about thinking outside the box when it comes to line selection. Don't rush into a tricky section. Stop. Think about it. See if there's a line no one else is using. Well, this gully has a very tight turn into a steep drop-off. But afterwards, Ben pointed out, if you roll the bike backwards and aim for the exit, you can simply ride it instead of sliding the bike down. Dull.
That's where I did my neck the other day, so I'm being very cautious this time. Just slide it down. Oh.
Another deceptively hard section. The midsection is nearly vertical, so it tends to launch the bikes vertically. It always feels as if the bike is going to backflip, but thankfully forward momentum usually saves the day. Long-term viewers will know we love our pivot turns, and certain parts of this track force you to use them.
We've specifically designed this track to practice pivot turns. And we've got some slippery branches just to make it tricky.
Of course, KTM obstacle.
This guy up ahead, his name's Phil, if anybody wants to know.
Nice little quick cover there, Scott.
But if he rides well, his name is Scott. Yeah, nice pivot turn. Look at him go. Yep, he's a legend. He's still going. Whoa! Ah, I didn't get past that. Oh, nice one, Danny! Oh, look at him go. Well, can he get the last one? I'm putting the camera into fuck up mode. It's working already. Little button here. When I press that button, nobody gets it right. Oh, there we go. Nice one, mate.
The fuck up mode is one of the best features on the GoPro. Unfortunately, the Sony doesn't have this, and the guys don't fall off anywhere near as often when I use the Sony.
Oh, not one of these fuckers. I hate suspended branches. Even if I get them okay. They just look bad. Ooh, a bit off camber. Hey, Danny.
Speaking of cameras, I'm actually using the GoPro 8 all of the time now. It's taken a few years, but GoPro finally have the digital stabilization working well. And for my purposes, it's really a better option than the Sony. I'll do a review and comparison soon, once I really know the camera inside out. The pivot turn sections are also good at practicing rear wheel hops. Pushing on the bars, use your inside leg to push the bike sideways.
Yeah, that's good. And he's pushing on the bars, leaning the bike, it makes the rear wheel hop across. That's good. If you've got long legs, you can do that very easily. Here's one of our tracks with a pile of pivot turns again. So you don't have to pivot that far sometimes, but it just lines you up for the next one. There's a bit of a nightmare here. We've designed it. Oh, well dropped. You kept her leaned into the hill so she didn't tumble. I should point out, guys, only Shercos do this. Other brands of bike won't do it. Hey, Danny.
Too much power.
Too much power. So the real torture here is pivot turn, go 1 meter, pivot turn, then up again. It's the tightest pivot turns we've got on any of our tracks. But Danny's going to master it, even though he's on a Sherco. Okay, our French factory rider from France is ready with his Sherco. Oh! Is he on the track? His wheel's spinning. There we go. This is a really tight bit. Come on, Danny. Yeah, you might have to go up first, mate, then do your pivot. That's it. I'm trying to minimise wheel spin. Whoop, that's good. Let me know if you need a hand.
Grab it for a sec.
Gotcha. Just keep your front brake on.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where short legs are particularly tricky, because if you've seen Tim Coleman's training vid for this stuff, you've got to flip over to the other side of the bike very quickly and smoothly. Otherwise, like that, you wind up with both feet off the ground. Oh, look at him go. Unstoppable. Well, here we go, guys. We get to see how Ben does the pivot turn.
Ben has become something of a pivot turn master. Very handy when you aren't that tall. Done properly, the pivot turn keeps your momentum going for uphill sections like this. Bugger, he lost the momentum on this one. But a bit of careful jiggling and he's through without digging up the track. That's it, guys. Remember to check out our training vids on pivot turns and rear wheel hops if you're into this technical shit. Hope you've enjoyed the ride. Catch you later.